Hello and welcome to the 17th episode of the Under the Umbrella podcast from the Big Green Umbrella Media Studio. I'm one of your hosts, Cody Williams, Cityview reporter with...
Tammy Pearson, Iowa Living Magazine's editor.
Tammy, I've got a feeling you're feeling great this morning.
How did you know?
I'm a great guesser. That's what they say.
You look all dapper in your pink shirt.
Oh, it's not quite the banana polo or the pink Oasis polo, but...
Your wardrobe is astounding.
I'd almost say it's quite the opposite. I think it's quite bland and normal. I feel very standard in it most of the time.
Well...
Would you call this a pink or would you call this a salmon?
Boy, that's a good question.
Oh, I'm full of them.
Oh, I don't know all these different shades. I would say pink.
You would say pink?
Yes.
I got into an argument with my friends last night because we were playing pro clubs. We were playing FIFA, or it's EA Sports FC now. And one of the jerseys that we wear is gray. It's absolutely gray. If anything, it's like a very faded blue. And they all told me it was white. And I think they were all gaslighting me.
White?
Yeah, it wasn't even, it's not, I could show you the picture later. It's not even close to white.
Well, are your eyes okay?
I think my eyes are great. Well, I can't see stuff that's far away, but.
And, okay.
But I see the colors just fine.
It's funny. People's perceptions are so different. You can't think that you agree on something. We had a water tower in our town that I said was blue, and my father said it was green, and we never ever came to an agreement on what color it was.
Oh, maybe could it be something in between, like a teal almost?
It was a blue.
I believe you.
I don't know.
I believe you. All right, well, I'm going to tell you about the news, Tammy.
Please do.
Let me tell you about the news. Sonar Development Partners was selected for the new building in Highland Park on the former site of the Highland Apartments. I think that's very exciting. They're going to build a very nice-looking building in place of the historic Highland Apartments. 4-story mixed-use structure. Invest DSM chose Sonar Development Partners. The apartment building will now have 100 units, up from 40 to 50 studio, and 1- and 2-bedroom apartments. In the original plan, the building it will replace had just 12.
Awesome. Nice to see some more housing units.
Especially in a historic neighborhood like Highland Park. Maybe one day they'll keep developing that. The more neighborhoods that Des Moines has that people can walk around and shop and live and eat, drink, the better.
And be merry.
And the building will be called the Commons. And it will have a restaurant and retail space in it.
You described it a little bit earlier to me.
I did.
What will the basic look of it be?
Square.
Okay.
It looks square. It'll be nice, I'm sure. And it'll look new and nifty and fancy and whatnot. But I would like to see some different architecture, some architecture with some pizzazz hit the city.
We do have a lot of nice architecture.
We do.
And I think variety is wonderful. So, yeah.
I would, yeah. And I've talked ad nauseum, love that word, or pairing of words, about stuff like how churches just look like concrete squares now instead of, they used to. They were so grand and they had all this intricate stonework
or Morton buildings. They look like warehouses sometimes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But historic churches,
little
town churches. Yes.
Oh, but yeah, that'll be nice. That's very nice for Highland Park. Maybe I'll move there one day. Who knows? Moving up next. Body was found in the Des Moines River on Wednesday, and the DMPD is still investigating that. Police say they responded to the discovery of a deceased person in the river at 2nd Avenue shortly before 9 a.m. The Metro Star Dive Team was activated to conduct the recovery operation. That was Wednesday.
Pending identification of the body.
Yes.
Very sad.
Very sad. And moving on from that, DART is avoiding major cuts. They're receiving $3.6 million in funding from the Des Moines Area Metropolitan Planning Organization, but they do still face a large deficit. But it is good that they're getting that funding. I know it's been a big topic of conversation where they were going to get it from, if they were going to raise, this tax or that tax, and they're getting that funding, and that's good, and it'll be good for now, but they definitely do need more in the future.
I hope they find some creative solutions. Modern public transportation just needs to change to meet the needs of customers. But we definitely need that available.
We do. We definitely need public transportation. And this funding, they were facing a 40% cut in services. I remember writing about it. I mean, they were cutting a bunch of their routes, and their most popular routes, they were still offering full-time, but then they were cutting some on certain days, and other days they'd be available, and it's good that they're going to be able to avoid that for now. But yeah, I wonder what creative ways that they could come up with in order to fund.
Well, I think that we need to sort of ditch the big bus policy and do the little bus that can actually get people where they need to go without it taking multiple transfers. And but you know what? I am not a public transportation planner.
No.
I did not study that.
By no means.
So
I've got
hope
faith.
The experts figure it out.
I do have faith in the expert. And it looks like, according to WHO 13, a majority of the money will likely be used to replace aging buses in the DART fleet.
Oh, with big buses or little buses?
I don't know.
No.
Who knows? That's up to the experts.
Okay.
But it looks like that's good. That's good. Funding for public transportation is good. Big fan. At least me personally, I'm a fan.
Well, what's happening in sports?
Let me tell you about sports, Tammy. Let me find my little article here. The Drake Relays held pole vaulting inside Jordan Creek Mall. Speaking of, they start today at Drake at the stadium, and they'll be going through the entire weekend. But interestingly enough, during the pole vaulting that was going on earlier this week at the Drake Relays, American record holder Casey Lightfoot captured the men's title at the vault, soaring 19 feet and 4.25 inches. Did that on a Monday. Inside the mall.
That's incredible.
Isn't that amazing? That's the second best performance in the world so far this year, trailing only the current world record holder set by Sweden's Mondu Duplantis. I think I hit that pronunciation perfectly.
Oh, incredible to have that kind of a level of athletes here in Des Moines.
Oh, yeah. He set that. And that guy, Mondu, the Swedish pole vaulter, set that record just on Saturday.
Oh, my.
And I believe I'm right on this. He has a deal where every time he breaks the record, he gets an incentive bonus. And so he can jump higher than what he's doing currently, but he just does it like a 1/4 inch or whatever, the minimum that he can do each time. And he can do that. And when I read that, someone else was doing that previously, I think sometime in the 80s. And I think they said they broke their own record like 12 times doing that just to get the bonus.
Of an inch at a time.
Just doing that over and over and over again. And apparently that's what he's doing now as well, which is very smart.
Well, when there's a bonus, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's great. That's great. That's a lot of fun. And yeah, there's going to be great athletes converging into Des Moines the entire weekend doing a lot of cool stuff. And those videos, I don't know if you saw any of the videos or the pictures from inside Jordan Creek where they had it set up. That looks so cool. That's so interesting.
If it's distracting to the pole vaulters. Apparently not, because he vaulted
19 and a 1/4 inch.
Wow.
19 feet 4.25 inches. Which is still almost a foot behind the current record holder. But yeah, that's really interesting. I wonder if people who are shopping who didn't know, they just showed up and someone is flying in the air, almost touching the second level. That freaked me out.
It would if you were standing. Is there like a balcony in there? And you stand watching the person flying.
So you catch a little high five. There was once I was at the Mall of America last summer, and there was a wrestling match happening inside of it. They set up a wrestling ring.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Rob Van Dam was there. Big name.
Oh, yeah.
You know Rob Van Dam?
No.
Well, next, the NFL draft is tonight, and 2 Iowa college athletes are billed to potentially be taken in the first round. Cooper DeJean from Iowa, cornerback, and TJ Tampa, also cornerback from Iowa State, could possibly go in the first round. I think it's much more likely that Cooper goes in the first round from what I've been seeing. A lot of people saying he might go to the Packers, which would be very cool, very fun for me personally. And then it would be really nice to see TJ go in the first round. 2 corners from Iowa colleges.
The year for the cornerback, apparently.
The year for the cornerback, apparently. And I believe, I'm going to look this up really quick. I think Cooper is also from Iowa. No, he's from South Dakota, but the thought counted.
Oh, he became an Iowan
He
when he came to our state.
I agree.
We welcome him.
That's a big thing. I do always try to find those guys and I root for them.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But speaking in actual people who are from Iowa, 24/7 Sports released their new high school recruit rankings, and they listed Valley's Jaden McGregory as the number 1 prospect in Iowa, and he's number 10 nationally. Athlete, listed as an athlete.
Wow.
And he also plays basketball there, and they won the state title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I think is good. I like it when athletes play multiple sports. They don't focus on one too much. I think that's actually better for them in the long run.
Well, it gives them an opportunity to decide what their true passion is.
Mm-hmm.
And skills.
And I think it helps with burnout. You know, if you're a kid and you only play football or you only play basketball or baseball from the time you're 5, and then all of a sudden you're 18, you might be tired of it. And you don't do anything else.
Yep.
But big shout out to Valley's Jaden McGregory. Very exciting. I wonder where he's going to go. I don't think he hasn't committed anywhere yet, but listed as a 4-star. And Tammy, do you know Reggie Bush?
Of course, I know Reggie.
Of course.
One of the greatest tailbacks in the history of USC.
Let's go, Tammy. I knew you had it. He's getting his Heisman Trophy back.
Yeah. Yes, he deserves to get it back. Things are changing in college athletes, and as far as them getting pay and benefits, and so those who got some a little early, like Reggie Bush, are welcomed back into the fold.
Which is good, which is really good, I think, anyway. And one of the things I saw, have you ever see those Heisman commercials that are always airing?
No.
No, you don't see those?
Well, I don't have TV, so.
There's Heisman commercials on all the time, especially in college football season, and it's presented as like the Heisman house, and it's a house where all the former Heisman Trophy winners hang out, and they, have fun, do jokes. I think it's all ends up being like a car commercial anyway, but they said that the Heisman commercials got a layup now that Reggie Bush is going to be in there, which is true. That's going to be a very fun advertisement, I think.
Well, he was a great player.
That he was. Inspired me many a time. But Tammy, let's move on to entertainment news.
Okay.
Entertainment in the city of Des Moines news. Malo is actually staying open after being sold. They were reported to be closing, but they were sold, and they're set to reopen in early May. Very good for Malo.
Keeping the same name, the same menu, kind of?
I believe so. Yes. And in quite similar news, Jim's Coney Island, Southside staple, been open for, I believe it was 56 years, 54 years, 56 years, is also being sold. But they will be keeping many of the original menu items. I was worried they almost closed around COVID or post-COVID. And the Southside rallied around them, kept them open. But now they planned to, in their Facebook post, they said that they plan to keep it open before selling it in a couple of years, but the opportunity came and they sold it.
Well, it's good that it will be keeping on.
It will be. That place is, oh my gosh. I mean, 56 years or 54 either way. Half a century been open on the South Side. I went there with my grandparents. I've been there with my parents, been there with friends. I mean, it's a staple.
Yes.
I'm glad it's staying open.
And who doesn't love a good coney dog?
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
You gotta love it.
We gotta have a place to get the original great coney dog.
That is true. That is true. So I'm glad they're staying open. Actually, I went to school with a friend whose her family owned it. They were in charge of it. Good
Did
times.
you get free coney dogs?
I did not.
Wow. Okay.
I did not. They didn't give me anything free over the years.
Well,
What are you gonna do?
they would have gone out of business a lot sooner if they hadn't. They would have had to sell to make up for that.
That is true.
I don't know what I'm saying. What else is happening?
Well, let's go on to our chat topic, Tammy.
Oh, what is it?
And we do have two of them.
Two? Oh, dear.
Which central Iowa roads are in need of the most repair right now? We asked this on our Facebook page. Got plenty of responses. A few of which flewer, evidently, considering they've been, quote, working, quote, on it for 20 straight years. Which is very funny because they are, I believe, working on it again. County Line Road, South Des Moines, that's pretty true. County Line's been in disrepair for a while. Another person said the entire city, all of Hickman, Southwest 9th, everywhere, apparently, everywhere, which is, I mean, not exactly wrong.
Especially this time of year because we have the winter potholes that are needing to be repaired.
Yep. And I just wanted to take a second. I'll tell you where I think there needs to be improvements made. At the intersection of Southeast 14th and East Court Avenue, there's a Burger King over there. There's an Abelardo's over there. If anyone listening knows the area that I'm talking about, I want them to fix that, change that, do anything to it. I hate that area. I hate driving on it because there's that 4 lanes or 3 lanes and it cuts down into 2. But people always use that 3rd lane to cut back into traffic on Southeast 14th. And there's no, if they don't get that cut, they're just going to fly on to the other side of Southeast 14th into incoming traffic.
You have had a lot of beefs with that road.
I hate it.
Yes.
I hate it.
You too.
I'm
I'm going to come drive down that road just to see if I would be as equally disturbed by it.
It's terrible. Just that they can, the rest of it's fine, but that little intersection where it splits off and one side of it, starts going down to the east side and the other side is taking you in to the south side. It's got to be changed. I just wanted to rant on that a little bit. That stuff drives me crazy.
That's fine.
Someone also said Duff
can
Avenue,
rant.
US 30 to downtown Ames.
I haven't been down that road in ages.
It's been a while. But also transportation news, Tammy. If you could add high-speed rail from Des Moines to any city, what 2 cities would you pick? And I know I put the Midwest because I wanted to say what I wanted to update it to was because I think the easiest answer would be just connect it to Los Angeles and New York, and you can get to either side really easily. But you can't get off if you do that. You have to go all the way to LA. So if you had to pick 2 cities where it's just a one straight shot to, what would you pick?
Minneapolis and Denver.
Oh.
Denver via the town I live in.
Ooh.
So I could just catch the rail to Des Moines.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
Yes.
good, Tammy. I didn't even think about Denver.
Oh, no?
No, I didn't. Oh, I feel embarrassed.
So what did you pick?
I was going to pick Chicago
Me too.
because I think Minneapolis and St. Louis and Kansas City, I feel like those are all within a short enough drive where it doesn't really bother me. But I think Chicago with that 6.5 or 7 hour drive that it is just a little too much where I'm if I could take a 2-hour train ride, I would much prefer that. So I'd pick Chicago. And you know what? I might steal Denver.
You can't steal.
I can't. What do you mean I can't steal?
What did you have picked before? I said Denver and
Denver
made you
and
realize what a
Minneapolis.
genius I am.
I did. I think I picked somewhere in the far northwest.
Oh, well.
If you really wanted to go all the way up to
Let's-
Seattle or...
Let's do Denver.
I think Denver's perfect, actually.
Yes.
Denver's a perfect... I would pick Denver and Chicago.
All right.
That's what I would do. How about that? I have a couple friends who moved to Denver. Good for them. I don't think I'd move to Denver. Maybe.
Colorado, though, is beautiful.
Colorado is
Get
beautiful.
to Denver and then explore the state.
Yeah. But I wanted to bring that up because obviously that high-speed rail from Los Angeles to Vegas is now being built, expected to be done in 2028, hopefully, in time for the Olympics.
So I'm really not going to live long enough to see high-speed rail going into or from Des Moines anywhere.
I don't know if I will. I don't know if I'll even be around for that.
Yes, it would. You will.
A man can dream. Well, Tammy, I'll tell you about what's coming
up.
We got some fun activities. The Drake Relays, which we talked about, are going on today through the weekend. If you want to see some great athletes, some great events, some great sprints, some great jumps, some great throws, just the best athletes around the state. They'll all be convening in Des Moines, Drake Stadium. Zach Bryan will be at Wells Fargo Arena today and Friday. And comedian Steph Dagg will be at Teehee's Comedy Club on Friday. Wasn't too much in the way of events this weekend that I could find, really.
Well, may I add one?
Oh, please do.
April 27th, Des Moines Performing Arts, Discover Gershwin. Renee Elise Goldsberry with the Des Moines Symphony. That'll be good.
Oh, that is a good one. Look at you.
Who doesn't like some Gershwin?
Who doesn't? I've never heard, but I should.
Okay.
Should I go?
Yes.
I should go.
Yes. Take Amanda and go.
I will. I guess I will. It'll be a good weekend. That'll be a great weekend.
There's a lot to do.
There is. There always is. Well, I think that does it for us. Tammy, do you have anything to add?
No. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the week.
You know what? I think they will. And with that, I'd like to say thank you for listening to the Under the Umbrella podcast from the Big Green Umbrella Media Studio. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. You can read Cityview stories at www.dmcityview.com and subscribe to the Daily Umbrella at www.thedailyumbrella.com/subscribe. If you have a story suggestion or would like to make a comment, you can send those to editor@dmcityview.com. Thank you and goodbye.